be emotionally traumatized. Doesn't matter, who cares? Hey everyone, it's me, Emily, and welcome back to my channel. I am back with another video, which is 3 weeks in a row, which I'm very impressed about. So I don't know what's going on with me. Let's see if I can keep up this streak. But for today's video, kind of leading off last week's video, I spoke about a lot of the series that I have yet to finish this year. And I've decided to share with you all near enough every single series that I've like started but not yet finished. And sometimes I'll own like all the books, and sometimes I own like even just the second or the third, maybe not the fourth. Sometimes I just own the first. But there is so many series out there that I have literally started but just been like, not for the time being, maybe another day. And that is an issue because I've got so many uncompleted series, and I really like don't like uncompleted series. Like, it looks weird on my shelves because I'll just have like the first book and then the rest of the books obviously in my TBR over there, and it's just highly annoying because I want like my little sections, all my books together looking good and pretty. But the plan for the next few years is going to be complete series, because I know I won't complete it this year because I keep starting other series currently. But it's fine guys, it's just like a little problem, just a small one. It is holding me accountable, but also for you guys to hold me accountable by you guys being like, you have to finish this series. Like, why do you not complete the series? Start with all the fancy books, near enough all the fancy books, because do you know sometimes you forget as well. But okay, we're starting off strong with the Poppy War. I read the Poppy War. I love the Poppy War. It was so complex. It was like my first proper like adult fantasy, near enough, and I literally was like, wow, this is who I could be. I could be someone who reads the Poppy War. And then I was like, I'm just gonna put it down now. Like, after I finished reading it, I was like, I think it's because like I've seen so much talk about it online, and like how people's like, it's so heartbreaking. You get to the last book, you're like sobbing, and I just scared. I don't want to sob, but I kind of do want to sob, you know. Like, I love, you know, when you're so invested in the story and like the characters and you love them all so much that you need to cry. I want it. I just need to get the books. I can do it, but I've got a bad tendency as well of buying completed series already and not even read the first book. This one I didn't, but I know I'm gonna love this, so I don't know why I didn't do this. I can read all 3 books. I'll be emotionally traumatized. Doesn't matter, who cares? Next up we've got Aurora Rising, and then obviously there's a lot of controversies involving a certain J. Kristoff. This book, I love a good sci-fi, I love a good space opera. They are a piece of me. And I loved it, like all like the little artworks and all the things in between. I love it. It's like mixed media. I love it so much, guys. And I adored this book. Like, I found it so good. I found it on Depop, so it's like the international edition, so I know if I buy the other editions they're not going to match. I did really enjoy it because it reminds me of like Illuminate Files. I just need to finish this because it was such a good book. Like, I don't know why I just never picked up the sequel. Here's another book people are going to get annoyed about me about, is I've not read it. Well, I've read these Violent Delights, so don't worry. I have not read the sequel. Do I own Our Violent Ends? Yes. Do I own Last Violent and Cool? Yes. Do I also own Foul Lady Fortune? Yes. Do I actually, guys, guess what? Do I also own Immortal Longings by Chloe Gong? Yes, I do. Have I read one book by her? Yes, I have. I did not read Our Violent Ends yet, because when I read these Violent Delights, I personally found it quite slow. It's a chunky ass book. It's got like 400 or 500 pages. It's a big ass boy, but I found it really slow and a bit unnecessary in certain scenes. And everyone says her writing gets better the further like more books you read by her, so that's what I'm hoping for now. And obviously I understand it's a debut and stuff like that, but still. And as you can see, my little Kit Kat is behind me. So I've actually got a filming buddy today. His name's Rio. So I read Jade City. I adored Jade City. I think I gave it 4 or 5 stars. I loved it. And I was doing it with a reading buddy thing with one of my friends, and he went and got the rest of the books, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna carry on reading other books. He flew through this so fast. He flew through the second and the third, and I was just there like, oh, I've just read the first. Like, he just like left me in the dust, which is understandable because sometimes I'll pick other reads after reading like a series. Like, I'm not very good at consecutively reading a series. Like, I don't know, like I used to be so good at it. At like 14 I would get into a world and I would not leave it. Like Cassandra Clare, Sojourn Master, they had me on a hook. Like, I was not leaving them worlds. But now I think because there's so many more worlds to explore for me, especially like I'm like, oh no, I need to go try something else, I need to try something else, I need to try something else. And I struggle kind of like reading fancy. I like it to be like fantasy, romance, what's the name, sci-fi, contemporary fiction, whatever. I like to like switch it up a little bit, but I'm in a very big fancy mood right now. I will finish this series by the end of the year. Then another book in a similar vein, City of Brass. The way I loved this book, it's got fae, it's got like kingdoms that you can't obviously see like to the naked eye of like for mortals, and it's like got gin, it's got magic, it's got everything I could want, and I loved it. I adored it. Phenomenal. Do I own the second and third books? Yes. I was a little chunky boy anyway, but the third book, guys, the third book is like, it's big, and I loved it. But did I put it down after reading it and decided not yet? It's now just not the time. Yes, I did. This book was my favourite read of 2020 or 2021. Raybearer, phenomenal. Oh my god, I don't think I could understand, like 5 stars. Like, it's like a YA fantasy, and it's like this girl with like magical powers becomes like one of the prince's chosen few, with like to become guard and stuff with the prince. And then there's also like a big drama-filled story at the end, and it's so good. The cliffhanger was phenomenal. Did I pick up the sequel when it came out? No. Do I still need to get Redemptor? Yes. Have I? Nope. Seen in Waterstones so many times, so I've been like, maybe. Have I not yet done it? We've got the Hero of Olympus series, and this is actually just kind of thrown in there, but I'm currently in the middle of reading it, so it's not bad. I've read the first 3 books. I've got the last 2 to go, so where I'm finally working my way through the entire Percy Jackson universe. It's gonna happen, guys. I'm gonna read all of them. I do own all 5 Trial of Apollo books as well. So, issues. There's another sci-fi book. This is Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. My first ever Brandon Sanderson book. Guys, I'm obsessed with his writing. Obsessed. Did I stand in Waterstones yesterday though and look at the 3rd book, Cytonic, and then there's like a 4th novella companion series called like the Star something Files? I don't remember. It's something like that. And was I staring at them being like, maybe? Did I pick them up? No. And especially because they're on like a buy one get one half price, I still didn't pick them up. I've been so good with book buying recently, which is actually not helpful for me, because how am I supposed to complete series if I don't buy the books to finish the series? Please, someone tell me. Like a human world. Obviously, humans, every time they come up, out, like they're underground. If they try to come to the surface, they get attacked basically. And so they like basically live underground. And it's kind of like you're figuring out why are they being attacked, who's attacking them, why are they always underground, like what's caused this, and the twists and turns. So here's a big doozy as well, an Ember in the Ashes. Look, I've got the OG cover, guys. First 3 books. Yes I have I just chosen to never pick up the 4th book? Yes, I own it. It's literally on my little TBR card. It's sitting right there being like, read me. If you don't read me, I'm being put in the bin. It's gonna be read. I'm just so scared to read it. Like, I literally actually know who's gonna die, and I just don't want them to. Like, don't die. But as I was looking in for this video, being like, what books have I not read the sequel of yet? And I remembered I bought Rule of Wolves last summer. Have I read Rule of Wolves? No. Have I read King of Stars? Yes. Do I even have a signed version of King of Stars? Obviously from Waterstones. Yes, I do. I just don't know why I haven't picked it up yet. Like, Crooked Kingdom. Yep, that was sad. Rule of Wolves. That's going to be sadder because I get spoiled. TikTok, Instagram, all of you guys are spoiling me for books, and I know what's going to happen, and I just don't want to. I know who's going to die. I don't want them to. I know who's going to die. But King of Scars was super good. I'm going to finish the Dark Shade of Magic trilogy this year. Obviously read the first one that I read this year. So good. So I'm just going to read all 3 books this year. V. Schwab, she's going to be completed. She's going to be ticked off the list as one completed author. From video from last week of the 23 books I absolutely need to read is We Free the Stars. I read We Hunt the Frame. Look, got the OG cover, guys. Told you. So good. The way she writes slow burn romance. I can tell it's boiling. It's boiling to such a good point. And also because it's Ramadan this month, it is perfect for that apparently, according to everyone who's been recommending it on my For You page and everything like that. So if you do need a book like that and you don't know what to read, pick this up. Come on. This is A Winter's Promise. Look how pretty it is. Like, this colour blue, it's beautiful. And this is a translated fiction from French. So nice. I love that. I also like adult reading a translated fiction book, but I need to finish reading them. Do I own the 2nd? Yes. Do I own the 3rd and 4th? No. No, I don't. This is the epitome of slow burn, which is 100% true. In this first book, if you're in for like a quick romance, this is not the book for you. But did I love the concept of like floating island and that's how people live? Yes, so good. Do I find the lead characters kind of annoying? A little bit. Do I still love them? Yes, so it's absolutely fine. This is a book that I'm unsure of. Truthfully, I'm actually unsure. I'd read it a year or 2 ago. I did enjoy it, and I know there's obviously the 2nd and 3rd book of the trilogy. It's nothing to do with the way it's written or the characters or anything like that. Besides the animalistic characters, I could not picture them. Actually confused. I wish I was a bit more foul or something, because I was really baffled like how these people looked. But besides obviously the people who were the normal humans knew how they looked, obviously, but everyone else very confused. It was a little bit triggering. Obviously there's very they're not even descriptive scenes, but some of the scenes were quite, I didn't enjoy it that much. Do I love Elizabeth Lim? Yes. Yes, I do. I adore this woman. Have I read the sequel to this? No. No, I haven't. Have I read her other duology? Yes. Have I completed that? Yes. So please tell me why have I just not picked up the second and been like, yeah, I'm gonna read this. Do I own it? Yes, I do. And the covers are absolutely stunning. I adore them. But I just need someone to be like, Emily, just go pick up and read it. You're gonna love it. Like, you already know where the story's going. You're already enjoying it. Like, come on. So we got All the Stars and Teeth. This is the duology, and I really enjoyed it. It was very different to other like piratey magical books I've ever read before. Like, pirates obviously came back into fashion like massively like a year or two ago, maybe 3 years ago now. But I really enjoyed this, and I'm excited to read more of her like writing, because I love Belladonna so much. It was so good, and I just haven't picked up the sequel to this. So once I pick up the sequel to this, I'll feel so much happier, because I just want to, if I like an author's writing, I want to finish every single thing that they've written, because why would you not? Like, that's a normal thing to do, right? This is a duology. I think the second book's Coulter. I don't have that yet. I enjoyed Nocturnal. I read it about 3 years ago though. I did really enjoy it, but I know there was quite a lot of issues online, people saying she's kind of like stole the story from someone else, but I can't really remember massively. I think that's what kind of put me off like getting the sequel that quickly. But I did really enjoy this. I found it like really fun. It's just about like magic. It's just like a magical world. That's all I can remember. I definitely need to read a recap before I try to go and read it again. Does anyone else read a recap or like watch a recap YouTube video before they read like a second book in the series, or if like they've read the first book so long ago? Because I do it all the time. I think people think it's kind of weird, because I'm not going to go and reread the entire book, because I don't actually have the time in my life to go read another entire book. The next is Serpent and Dove, which I know everyone's like, the second book is awful. Everyone's like, Blood and Honey, super bad. But I want to finish it because I really enjoyed it. Like, I found it really quick to read. I was like, ooh, witches, witch hunters. This is the vibe that I like. I found it quick to read. It was enjoyable. But I understand where people are coming from, saying the second book's really slow, and it's obviously a little bit problematic. If I feel like if I get the sequel from Depop or somewhere like that secondhand, it's fine. But obviously if you buy like a first hand all the time, like, it's a bit of an issue. We've got the Gilded Ones. Yep, similar to my thing. It's the Merciless Ones. It's on my book cart. I'm gonna read this because like I even bought the folio edition of it because it was so pretty. Like, this is stunning. Did I adore this book? Yes. Did like the ending of it had me like shook? Yes, I was obsessed. So I'm gonna love this. Like, come on, I'm gonna. Got For the Wolf by Hannah Witten. This was so good. Do I own the sequel? Yes. Did Orbit kindly send the sequel to me? Yes. And they knew how much I love this, and then it's sitting on that shelf looking nice and pretty, just sitting there. I need to finish so many series this year. There's so many duologies and books I want to read. There's actually just not enough time in my life to read. So that's all the stack of the physical books that I could find. I think the rest are like on that shelf or on the main shelf, but I don't actually know what books I haven't finished, because also I don't know if they're like completed in terms of like they're completed already, or if they've only got like a few books out and they've got like waiting for a few more to come. Like, I can just never tell. But for romance books that are on this shelf that I have not finished, the Twisted series, not finished that. Read the first two. I read the first one. I did not like the first one. Everyone was like, it's so good, and I was like, this is atrocious. This man is not a sexy man. Like, everyone's like, it's a dark romance, but it's not the type of dark romance that I'd like that much. I was like, second book I enjoyed so much more. Just never got around to picking up the third and fourth book. Like, they're okay, I just don't love them that much. To read The Final Offer, so the third book in the Lauren Asher Dreamland Billionaire series. Did enjoy that. I haven't finished it yet. I enjoyed them books, but I think I'm going to enjoy her F1 series so much more once I pick that up, because that sounds so good. Another series I've literally just looked to the side is Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I've read the first book. It's a duology. I loved it. Second book is Heart of the Sun Warrior. It's literally in that stack, or it's like the stack on the floor now, and it was so good. Like, the first book was so good, I loved it, and I just was like, off you get, put on the shelf. I need to write a document of like all the book series I've started but not yet finished, because that will make my life so much easier and be able to keep track of everything. From this massive list of books I've just shown you of uncompleted series, like, or like unfinished series from me, please tell me like books that you think I need to read first. Like, what series is like your most favorite series, because I need to know. Just let me know. And like always, thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate if you could give me a like, subscribe and a comment. It would just be the best. Even like a little cheeky share. But until next week, guys,